kind of go ham with it. Like this one, it's like this cat is the face, whole face is an eyeball with whiskers. It's so funny. It's so you can even do, you know, whiskers, eyeball, cat. You know, like it doesn't even have to make sense. I think that's the beautiful part of creative writing, is that it doesn't have to make sense. And the images that the cards may have, depending on what deck you're using, just really gives a lot of ideas and context. I think there's certain decks that lend themselves really well towards creative and abstract writing. I think this Oliver Hebert tarot is definitely one of them, just because there's so kind of funky colors and things going on. So this one is like the color drip drops. A steed of rainbows in midst. Sail by the water. So you see, like, you know, I'm using haikus as an example, but if you want to do stanzas, if you want to do bars, if you want to write a song, there's just so many ways you can do it. So for example, in hip hop with a song, you know, the hook is 4 lines. It's actually 8 bars, but sometimes there's a repeat of 4 bars. So you can do 4 cards, so 1 card per bar. And really, it would just have to do with the measures of the music. Now, if you start combining other, you know, practices, things that you know, it's going to be a little bit harder to say. But in this one, I can say something like, "Cut your head off just to spite your face. Hindsight is 2020. No way to save face. Top of the mountain and these bitches want me to fall. I work hard with my team, yeah, we get it all." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. And that's just by looking at these cards. Like, you know, this card right here, you know, there's no head on the one person. So, you know, cut off your head to spite your face. And then this one, the eyeball, is all looking back at that situation. Here we have a person standing on a hill amongst adversaries, and then here is a team of people working together. So it's definitely fun using tarot. I think the Oliver Hebert tarot is fun. This deck is a little bit expensive. I mean, you can still get it out there. Another deck that's really fun to use for creative writing that I enjoy is the Deviant Moon, and I will pull that bad boy out right now. So let's see, where are you, my dear? Where's my Deviant Moon? I can't find my Deviant Moon, y'all. Oh god. Well, this is not fun. Come on now. I'm sorry, bear with me. Really? Oh, here you go. It was hiding from me. I got it. Okay. So Deviant Moon by Patrick Valenza is definitely one of those decks that have a lot of imagery that can be worked from. There's just so much going on for this deck. What is happening? Alright. So let's do another one. So let's see what we're going to do. We're going to do another 4-line hook and sinker and see how this goes. Because believe it or not, you guys, I had a really bad writer's block, a really bad creator's block, and tarot kind of helped me to break through that and kind of allow me to springboard from cards that I see as to what it is maybe that I you know, you gotta have fun with it. Don't try not to overthink it. And just have fun with it. You know, like the clock thing only came up because there was a little clock right there, so it helped trigger, you know, maybe some rhyming words or some context towards being twisted and upside down. So, you know, Deviant Moon is really fun for creative writing as well. You don't have to use, you know, crazy decks, but I think the more abstract they are, the more fun they are to work with on a creative writing front. And sometimes I'll just pull cards and do like a card per line, or I'll do two lines per card, or 3 lines per card, and just write and just let it out and have fun with the wordplay and the correspondences, and the imagery, you know, what you see on the cards and whatnot. Somebody flipped out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's, you know, kind of sort of what I how I go about writing, and I can do this over and over and over and over again, and I have no problem. I don't know, I find it fun, I find it decompressing, I find it's part of my self-care time, and just overall what I like, how I like to feel, what I like to do. So I hope this helps some of you guys if you never really considered using tarot for poetry before, or songwriting, or even fiction writing, fan fiction writing. There's so many ways to use tarot for creative writing, but I guess wanted to give you guys kind of a taste of, you know, how I use it, what might potentially come out. You know, and so I did the hook stuff. So the hook would be those 4 bars repeating twice. Sometimes the hook could be just different 8 bars that all work together for a theme. And then each verse is 16 bars. So sometimes, you know, I'll play around with the cards. It just kind of depends on that intuitive and creative flow that I have going on, that I would, you know, I just kind of go by the seat of my pants in this creative writing case. There's no rigid spread that I use. I just pull the cards and allow myself to just flow and be receptive to, you know, what's coming through and what's coming out. And I don't even necessarily, like, if I'm using a system like, let's say, the Marielle, it's not quite traditional tarot, but the imagery is so evocative and so provoking that I could just creatively, that just sends the signals to go further and further and further. And you know, I really enjoy that. So anyways, you guys, I hope